Blessed day, you guys. And as you all know, it's Wednesday, so it's sweat. Give God some praise. Give God some praise. All right. Let's get into it. All right, you guys. As you all know, this is a word-for-word Bible study. You know, God sent us on a mission to complete the entire Bible, Old Testament and New Testament, because time's ticking, right? And a lot of us don't know the gospel. So God sent me on this mission, and I asked you guys to join me, and so here we are again. You know, I said I was going to stop doing recaps and let you guys just go back and watch the previous videos, but it's been a while since we've done our Bible study, right? So I'll just do a quick recap of chapter 4, 1 Samuel chapter 4, and then we're going to dive right into chapter 5, okay? All right. Okay, guys, so basically the gist of chapter 4 was the prophecy that was said on the house of Eli coming to pass, right? A prophet came to Eli and said, you know, the Lord don't like what your children have been doing. They've been stealing off his sacrifices, you know, skimming a little bit off the top. No different than what Cain did. Cain was taking the best fruits, the fresh fruits, and giving God the scraps. Well, Hophni and Phinehas, when people brought the sacrifice of the Lord to the house of the church, they was taking it before it could even hit the pot, baby. Let me get my little skim off the top, and we'll give God whatever we give God. And it's crazy because the house of Eli, sorry if I'm talking fast, guys. I know how y'all attention span be sometimes. But the house of Eli comes from the house of Aaron. You know, Aaron was Moses' brother. And God anointed their whole lineage, their generation after generation. You guys are anointed as priests. You will always have the best of the best. You know what I'm saying? Like, God blessed them. And to see how it was thrown in his face, you know, to see how they didn't even understand how good they had it. Baby, once you sacrifice to God, guess who got a piece right after God? The priest. Once they brought them, they sacrificed to God. God told them, go ahead and get y'all a fork, stick it in there. Whatever came up, that's for you, my boy. That's for you, my boy. You know what I mean? It's like, but they decided to go ahead and play in God's face. And because of that, God said, nobody in your bloodline will reach old age. I'm not letting y'all live a prosperous life. And it got deeper than that. Like, God laid down the law. When I tell you God laid down the law, you just have to go back in the other videos to really hear about that, because we don't got time, right? We're trying to dive into chapter 5. And basically, Hophni and Phinehas and Eli died on the same day, just as God prophesied. You know what I'm saying? Hophni and Phinehas died in war after they done stole the Ark of the Covenant. Don't get me started. Y'all not talking about the Bible all day. I'll be rolling my eyes all day like, oh, Israelites. Let's keep going. Eli died too. All right, guys. Chapter 5, 1 Samuel. Let's get into it. 5:1. When the Philistines captured the Ark of God, they brought it from Ebenezer to Ashdod. The Philistines took the Ark of God and brought it into the temple of Dagon, and they set it up beside Dagon. Baby, the disrespect. The disrespect. You know, Dagon was their god, right? To set God beside an impostor. 5:3. Early the next morning, the Ashdodites found Dagon laying face down on the ground in front of the Ark of the Lord. They picked Dagon up and put him back in his place. But early the next morning, Dagon was again lying prone on the ground in front of the Ark of the Lord. The head and both hands of Dagon were cut off, lying on the threshold. Only Dagon's trunk was left intact. Y'all know we got to talk about the Bible. This is Bible study, right? I just feel like this is the Lord telling you, he shall have no other God before him. You are not supposed to love any other God before him. The disrespect. And this goes for so many people, you know what I'm saying, who follow all these different gods and things, and you're still going through it. You're still going through it. You're calling on deities and you're still going through it. And when I call on God, I get a certain sort of peace in my heart. When I call on God, I see things start to happen. Do things happen like that for y'all? Because I know firsthand, you know, I've done a lot of research on witches and warlocks and all of that. I know when they serve the devil, their life is always at risk. Their life is always in jeopardy. They get punished if they don't do bad. You know what I'm saying? When we see people of God, people of Yahshua, you know what I'm saying, coming up and we pray for them. Lord, it's so many things that y'all don't understand, man. Your prayers matter. It's certain people of the Lord that can't even be touched just because of the people that are interceding for them. That is why, to this day, the priests of Dagon and all who enter the temple of Dagon don't tread on the threshold of Dagon in Ashdod. And I just feel like you think that would be a reason to seek out who the true Lord is, who the true Lord of hosts is, God of all gods, because if I'm going to serve somebody, if I'm going to get down on my knees, if I'm going to pray, if I'm going to abide by your laws, I want to know you're as good as it gets. It's no way that I could come in, and you know they had guards around the temple the first time it happened, because who committed this atrocity? We're going to find out who did this. And then to have people sit out there and guard all night just to come back in and now his limbs was chopped up. Baby, you will have no other God before me. 5:6. The hand of the Lord lay heavy on the Ashdodites, and he wrought havoc among them. He struck Ashdod and its territories with hemorrhoids, you know, ulcers, boils, all kind of things. And for the people that didn't just catch what I just said, baby, a lot of disease come from your ancestors. Hemorrhoids, guess what? It's hemorrhoids, cancer, it's so many things. Diabetes, it's so many things that are genetics that comes from your ancestors. disease comes from witchcraft and sorcery. But a lot of y'all ain't gonna want to hear me right now. Even though it's in the world, even though it's in the word, a lot of that stuff come from y'all ancestors, what y'all did. Y'all can believe it's genetics, but you can't believe how it came to be, right? I'm telling you, you better tap in. You better start denouncing that stuff off of your bloodline. Okay. Yeah, you can sit up there and say, oh, I got high blood pressure because it run in my family. Oh, I got that dimple in my chin because it run in my family. You don't want to know how I got there, though? Because God is a God of life. God is a God of healing. God ain't making you sick. But it's something that your people did when they were doing all that witchcraft and sorcery, because that's what they were doing when they were serving all these deities. Okay. You don't got to believe me. I'm just another voice in the wilderness yelling, prepare the way for the king. 5:7. When the men of Ashdod saw how matters stood, they said, the ark of God of Israel must not remain with us, for his hand has dealt harshly with us and with our God Dagon. Okay. That's what you got to understand. Y'all are serving deities and religions that are afraid of my God. If you got a God that was the original, that, you know, was the king of all kings, why are we getting attacked so bad? Why is it okay for people to believe in what they want to believe in, their spirituality be their spirituality, but when it comes to Yahshua, Jesus Christ, it's like we get so much pushback. You know what I'm saying? 5:8. They sent messengers and assembled all the lords of the Philistines and asked, what shall we do with the ark of the God of Israel? They answered, let the ark of God of Israel be removed to God. So they moved the ark of God of Israel to Gath. Gath was one of the 5 main cities of the Philistines. 5 main cities means it was probably on the coast. I'm gonna have to look, you know, I'll drop some maps in here, because everything that was like on the coast where transport was done, transportation of goods, was very prosperous. You know, they're very prosperous cities. They was where the money was. 5:9. And after they had moved it, the hand of the Lord came against that city, causing great panic. He struck the people of the city, young and old, so that hemorrhoids broke out among them. They sent the ark of God to Ekron. You take it. No, you take it. I want it. You take it. How is this not making you change your ways? How is this not making you change your ways? Because why Dagon ain't standing up for y'all? Why y'all serving this God and another God and step down on y'all? Got y'all so shook y'all don't even want it. Take it somewhere else. Y'all got to start asking y'allself when y'all serving all these different gods, why bad stuff keep happening to me? You know what I'm saying? Why when I'm praying about it, it ain't getting no better? It ain't nothing that he's even showing me, or she's even showing me, whatever you serve, that things are going to be better. Because I got to tell you, when I get down on my knees and I pray, when I'm going through stuff, man, God should step up. It's been times where I done prayed a good prayer and I'm just at peace now. Ain't no miraculous financial something that happened to me, but my heart is, I have so much peace. I'm just happy. I don't even know why I'm this happy, because I got down on my knees and prayed. It's times where I could be praying about something and a blessing come out of nowhere. You know, I done gave y'all plenty of testimonies where blessings just came straight from heaven down on me. You know what I'm saying? Where I was worried, I was going through stuff. Why your God ain't doing that? Why your God ain't doing that? Let's keep going. But when the ark of God came to Ekron, the Ekronites cried out, they have moved the ark of God of Israel to slay us and our kindred. That's what you're sitting here for. We done heard about it. And listen, on a deeper matter, I hope you guys are catching this wisdom, baby. When you serve the Lord and he anoints you as one of his own, can't nobody mess with you. You know what I'm saying? You got to keep your focus off of the things of the world. When somebody talking bad about you, pray for them. Pray for them. You know what I'm saying? Don't get mad and huff and puff and want to come at them, because guess what? You saying God can't handle it. You saying it's too big of a matter for God. You got to handle it first. When God don't give them hemorrhoids. Not really, but really, you know what I'm saying? It's some people who come up against God's anointed and their whole life starts to decline. But you must dwell in the presence of the Lord. That don't mean the enemy's not going to come after you. That don't mean you won't have crazy thoughts here and there, because the devil want to plant those things. The devil want to make you feel like you can do it yourself, because then that's you saying, I don't trust God to do it. But when you dwell in the presence of the Lord, baby, can't nobody touch you. Of course they're going to talk about you. Of course they're going to say things and smile in your face. It don't matter. Guess what? You smile back and you pray for them. God help them to see things from your eyes and give them the same grace you gave me. You know what I'm saying? Because when God see your heart good, he going to come down on them from even thinking negative about you. From even thinking negative about you. He going to have you so protected that the oncomers going to see you coming and be like, I don't want none of that. I don't want none of that. I want to be your friend. 5:11. They too sent messengers and assembled all the lords of the Philistines and said, send the ark of God of Israel away, and let it return to its own people, that it may not slay us and our kindred. For the panic of death pervaded the whole city so heavily, had the hand of God fallen there. They were so scared that God was going to step down on them, baby, that they was like, nah, we don't want no parts of that. We don't want no parts of that. Let me tell you something. When you dwell in the Lord, it don't matter what people say about you. They can try to spread lies about you all they want. When people start to see God's hand on you, they're going to be like, oh, I don't want no parts of that. Y'all, that is the end of chapter 5. Chapter 5 was very short, 12 verses, but you know, I learned a lot in those 12 verses. You know what I learned? I learned that I am right where I'm supposed to be. I am serving the God of all gods, the Lord of hosts, the King of all kings. I'm right where I'm supposed to be. I know when I bow down to my Heavenly Father that prayers get answered. And I know that He protects His own. He protects His own. I know that there's no place I can go that people can try to harm me, come down on me, that He won't step in and take care of it. Let me tell you something. What was that? Ekron? The city of Ekron was like, send it back. We don't want it here. We want a parts of it. They ain't put it up in the church. They immediately said, take it away from here. And God still struck that just from the very thought of you thought. Let me tell you something. God ain't help people from just thinking negative about you. But you must dwell in His word and abide in Him and trust in Him and know that He is God and He's going to handle it. Once He anoints you one of His children, maybe nothing can touch you. They can try. It don't matter where you go. You can be hated in so many different places, because that's what it showed me too. It showed me that when you are God's child, when you are God's anointed, just like the ark of God was anointed, everywhere you go, it's going to be somebody that hates you. It's going to be somebody that wants to make you a laugh and stalk, wants to put you in a position to embarrass you, like they set up the ark of God in Dagon's temple. And God gonna make a fool out of them every time. They're gonna start declining. You know what I'm saying? I ain't gonna say they're gonna get hemorrhoids, I don't know. But things are gonna start to happen in their life, and they ain't gonna know why it happened. Lord, I was just in good health, now I'm getting sick, you know. Now all of a sudden I can't afford to pay my bills. Now all of a sudden all these things are getting taken from me. All these things are getting taken from me, and I don't know why, but that's because they don't serve your God. They ain't even equating it with, you know what, I was talking bad about this person. I was looking down on this person. I was envious of this person, but I didn't know who they served. Let me tell you guys, take peace in following the Lord. I can't speak for all those other religions, but I can speak for when I follow Yeshua. And I don't even consider my person a person of religion. I just follow God. When I follow Yeshua, let me tell you something. Can't nobody touch me. I don't care what you say about me. I don't care how you try to judge me. I'm still gonna smile and I'm gonna be graceful. I'm never gonna meet you with hate, because that's of the devil. I'm always gonna be nice and loving, and that don't mean I don't go through stuff. The enemy try to attack everybody's mind, but you know, I don't own that stuff. I don't claim it, because I want God to step in. I want my Savior to fight my battles. All right, y'all. Until chapter 6. Let's stay.